Your time. And now to our other top story this morning. 13 people have died at an assisted living facility in Chandler from complications related to COVID-19. Team 12's Matt Yurus joins us live from Pennington Gardens with how the facility is responding. Matt, what a tragedy.
Yeah, it really is, Emma. Pennington Gardens now saying 15 more people have tested positive. Those people are in isolation. 5 employees are said to be recovering, and other people at the facility are showing signs of recovery. This comes 2 weeks after the facility told 12 News 4 residents and 1 employee had tested positive. Fast forward to this past Saturday, 28 residents total had tested positive. 12 of those had died, according to communications sent to residents' families. Since then, another resident has died. All the people who tested positive are in the facility's assisted living community, not the memory community. Pennington Gardens also says it has adequate PPE on hand, and employees are trained in its use. Nationwide, these facilities have been vulnerable to outbreaks, as the CDC has recorded the greatest number of COVID-19 related deaths outside of inpatient medical facilities, hospitals, if you will. Now, let's take a look at the latest coronavirus numbers in Arizona. There are 5,251 cases of COVID-19 in our state, and we have seen 208 deaths. Maricopa County has been hit the hardest with 84 deaths, with just over 2,700 cases. At 9 a.m., the state is expected to release the latest set of numbers, and according to the CDC's latest guidelines, long-term care facilities like those behind me must inform the CDC, patients, and their families of any COVID-19 cases. Live in Chandler, Matt Yurus, Today in AZ.